Yo, it's Donald B here. I'm going to talk to you guys today about ChatGPT. I'm going to give you guys a tutorial on how to do everything, how to sign in, how to use the most basic prompts, and how to use the most advanced prompts. So stay tuned, and we're going to go into the video right after you guys like, share, and comment. Yeah, go ahead. All right, to the video.
All right, guys, so here we go. Introducing to ChatGPT. You can just type into Google so that way it pops up and you can sign right in. Now, this is how I started off. I've seen people do it different ways, but just so you know, this is what works. If I want to sign in, introduce into ChatGPT, you can come in here, click on Try ChatGPT. I already have an account, so I'm just going to go in here and do the sign up portion of it, so at least so that way you guys can see what it looks like to sign up. So let's go ahead and sign up in here. Now you can choose a Google account. And this is different. I can't remember this, but interact with our flagship language. I'm using ChatGPT, so I'm going to click on the ChatGPT. So you can put your email in if you want to, or you can just go ahead and do this. Now here is going to ask you for your name. Let's take this out of here. First name. This is just a test. Again, birth date. Let's continue. Actually, I'll just go put my name. Continue. I'll put my phone number in. Put the code in because it wants that verification, and then boom, you're in. You have a whole brand new account. It's just that simple. It's not hard at all. Just follow the directions, just like logging into anything else. I did that part of it because I know sometimes people just need the most basic little things. Like, can you just show me everything? And that's exactly what I did. I showed you everything except for I'm going to fade out my numbers so you guys don't see that stuff. But as you can see, that's all you have to do. Now, when you sign in, now a lot of times when I've signed in, there's a box that pops up that looks like this. So usually when I sign in, this is what I normally see. It says this is a free research preview. Our goal is to get external feedback in order to improve our system and make them safer. While we have safeguards in place, the system may occasionally generate incorrect or misleading information and produce offensive or biased content. It is not intended to give advice. So you have to be very careful of that. Just be mindful that everything you do, no, 90% of the time, it's usually right. I haven't really run into a problem, sorry, I haven't really run into a problem where the issue that they're giving me false information. But whatever information you pull up, just make sure you verify it, make sure everything's legit. If anything looks off, definitely look it up, make sure it's okay, because it can give you wrong information. This system is still learning, so you have to understand that. It's not 100% perfect, but it's still better than most things out there in the world when it comes to people's knowledge. The other thing you'll see that pops up on the screen here is how we collect data. Conversations may be reviewed by our AI trainers to improve our systems. Please don't share any sensitive information in your conversation. Just like anything else, don't provide passwords. You don't need to do any of that at all. Keep your passwords to yourself. Do not put that information into this system, okay? And the other thing you will see up here, we love your feedback. This system is optimized for dialogue. Let us know if a particular response was good or helpful. Share your feedback in our Discord server. Sorry, I can't read. But that's basically it, what you'll see in the beginning of that. And it also goes into this information. You'll see the examples, capabilities, and limitations. The limitations, like I told you before, it may occasionally generate incorrect information. Like I said, it's very rare, but it does do it. It's getting smarter, so it's getting better and better. Like I said, me personally have not seen that. May occasionally produce harmful instruction or biased content. The intention is for it not to do that. It's not supposed to recognize. It's supposed to recognize anything that's harmful or biased. It tries not to get it involved into that situation. It usually gives you an error message, letting you know they can't provide that information. They don't like to give negative information, but from time to time, something can slip through the cracks and it may do that. So just be mindful of that. And the information you have on here is limited knowledge of the world and events after 2021. It is not connected to the internet, so anything updated after 2021 is not on here. Any live, real events that happened recently after 2021. So be mindful of that. This other thing here is just examples. It says here, it's just giving examples of what you can do. Explain quantum computing in simple terms. Any of these things you see on here is just basically giving examples. So let's kind of get into this here. Right here is the chat box where it basically stores everything that you actually go into. Anything you request, anything you put into ChatGPT, it stores everything to the side. We do, or I'm not gonna say we, but there is a plus version of ChatGPT. We pay like $20 a month. I think it's still $20 a month. I personally don't use it. I personally feel like I don't need it at this time. Will I need it in the future? I'm pretty sure of it. But as of right now, I don't need it. Right now, I'm using the free services that everyone has access to. You will have access to the free services as well. Back in the day, they said it used to go slower because so many people are signing in, and the plus version is faster. It's gotten faster since I've been using it. So, like I said, I've never personally had any problems really. If I have problems logging in, I just log right back out, and the way you log out is coming right down here, and you can hit log out. Okay. But like I said, here is where it's going to list all the questions. We're going to show you that in a second. So let's just start off now with something here. Now, you're asking what's the difference between this and Google search? Okay, let's do like a basic question of Google search. I've cheated, so I have something already typed up here. Let's go, but first, let's go with a live event. Something that just recently happened. We all know that Doc Rivers just got fired from the 76ers if you watch basketball. And I'm going to put that question here. It said, did the 76ers fire Doc Rivers? So, as we all know, it just happened. So let's see what ChatGPT says. Right now it says, as of my knowledge, cutoff is September 2021, like I told you guys before. This is September. Doc Rivers was the head coach of the Philadelphia 76ers. However, please note that my information may be outdated and I cannot provide real updates. So basically it's telling you, I don't know. He doesn't know the information because it's past September 2021. And once you plug this information in, if you look over to the left, it says 76ers Doc Rivers is actually saved the information that I put in, which is awesome. So from here on out, I can just go back here if ever, when I create other new things, because you hit new chat to start a new chat, and it will save it. I can come back to this if I wanted to. So as you can see, answer, they don't know the answer. I'm going to start a new chat. I'm going to hit new chat, and it's going to start over again. If I want to, I can come right back here and click on this. It's right back to the 76ers information. But let's go to new chat. And what I want to do is create another question here to kind of show you how ChatGPT works. Well, first, Google search. So normally what you do with Google search is, who was the first president of the United States? We all know who that is. It's Abraham Lincoln. I'm just joking. It's George Washington. Let's see what he says. The president of the United States is George Washington, the first president. Cool. And as you see again, it saved the information. First U.S. president. So as you see that, now, that's typically what you would do with Google search. What can you do with, how does it work when it comes to ChatGPT? You can do a follow-up question. What do you mean by that? Let me show you here. Remember the whole cut down cherry tree thing? Just said, did he really cut down the cherry tree? Now, if this was Google search, you would have to go in, did George Washington cut down the cherry tree? Sometimes you say cut down cherry tree, of course, it will find that information. It's probably saying, talking about George on a list of stuff. Whatever, bam. Yeah, it does that, yes. But typically, right here, it says, did he really cut down the cherry tree? You have to use ChatGPT like you're talking to a human. And that's the first thing I'm going to tell you guys. Talk to him. You're just talking to him. I say him, that's just me. It him, her, whatever. Just talk to him any way you want to. Just pretend you're talking to an actual person. The person will answer your question. The person will have all the information you need. All you gotta do is ask. Ask him, tell him whatever it is, and he'll give you the information. All right, did he really cut down a cherry tree? Let's put down the answer. See what it says. The story of George Washington cutting down a cherry tree is popular anecdote, from his childhood, but is considered more of a legend than a historical fact. The tale is often used to emphasize George Washington's honesty and integrity. However, there is no solid evidence to support the claim that he actually cut down a cherry tree as a child. It is important to approach such stories as a critical perspective. And we all knew that information already. If you didn't know, then yes, he never really cut down a cherry tree that we're aware of. But it was just more about his honesty. All right, so as you can see that, there he goes. How many kids did he have? How many kids did he have? And it still knows that you're talking about George Washington. Okay, George Washington and Martha did not have any biological children together. However, Washington was a stepfather to Martha's two children from her previous marriage, John Parke Curtis and Martha Parkus Custis. I'm sorry, I cannot read this tonight. He played a significant role in their upbringing and considered them his own children. So, we all know that information already. As you can see, it provides information still reflecting to George Washington. A continuation, you continue doing it like you're talking to someone. That's the cool part about it. Okay? So now let's go back to new chat. Again, you see these two right here is already saved, and that information is all set. All right, let's kind of get further into this. Now, some of the things I enjoy doing with ChatGPT is creating lists, and that's something I've always had fun with. Let's come up with, give me a list of the 10 best selling sneakers. Let's try that. Give me a list of the 10 best-selling sneakers. As my nudge cut off, I can provide you, this is what I'm going to do, because it's 2021, so it doesn't mean as of this year. You have Nike Air Force, Adidas Superstars, Nike Air Jordans, blah, blah, blah. You see the list there. It's 10 sneakers, the top 10 sneakers. Please note this list may not reflect the current bestseller as of 2023. Yes, we won't know that yet. So, it's not connected to the internet. Now, what I also want to do is, let's say, as we're still pretending we're talking to the same thing, or to a person, because this person knows exactly what we're talking about. Let's come in here and just say, with that same list in the same order, take out the Nike sneakers. So, let's see what it does. Yeah, it does it in the exact same order. So it's Nike, all the Nikes are out. So Adidas, yep. Converse, yep. Van Old School, yep. Yeah, it's all in the same order. And it's, like I said, all you're doing is telling it what you want. If you can do that, then you know how to use ChatGPT. Anything that you need, it will create it for you. That's the fun part about this process. That's the whole fun thing about ChatGPT. I have so much fun just creating these things. Let's try something else for business owners. I know you guys are probably more interested in this too. Let's go for, give me a list of what I need to get started with a business. I made that grammar right, whatever. It's just, I'm gonna go with that. But it will understand what I'm talking about. To get started with a business, you need a variety of essential elements. Here's a general list. Business idea, business plan, legal structure, market research, financing, branding, products and services, operations, marketing and sales strategy, team building. Yeah, see, this is the cool thing. It's giving you a list of things that you will need to get started with your business. How to get started is broken down into subjects. So let's go with the first one, business ideas. Start with a clear and viable business idea that aligns with your passion and market demands. Business plan, create a comprehensive business plan that outlines your goals, targets, markets, competition and analysis, marketing strategy, finance, and so on. And then legal structures, determine the legal structure of your business, such as a sole proprietor, partnership, LLC. It breaks things down for you in this list. And that's so cool about it. Now, we want to get into some more detailed stuff here. So we got that list. Let's say you wanted to create, I don't know, let's say you want a recipe for jerk chicken. Okay, let's get a recipe for jerk chicken. It's actually giving you a recipe literally giving you a recipe for jerk chicken, like within seconds. Look at that. Look at that. It's like amazing. That's just giving you that. Telling you what to do, give you the instructions, and give you the list of stuff that you're going to need. It's just simple. Now, let's say I want to stop him from. See, there's a thing that says stop generating, right? I can stop it from generating. Now, if I want to regenerate, I can regenerate another response. You see 2 of 2. Certainly, here's a recipe for jerk chicken. It's give me a list. Now, that's weird. I've never seen that, honestly. That's new to me. I'm sorry, that's why. There goes the other one. So you have this one, you see it's 2 of 2. That's new to me. I've never seen that part. So it comes here, boom. It shows you another recipe. So you have 2 different recipes for jerk chicken, which is okay. Oh, then there's a homemade optional jerk season. Oh, there's a jerk season recipe as well. So you can get the seasoning. Okay, kind of cool. As it is. All right, so now you see how that works. Now, here's a fun thing I like to do. Let's say you want to create an ebook. Now, here's the thing. People love talked about the different ebooks for writing things, writing papers. You can go out there and students are out there writing papers using ChatGPT, which I say is considered like plagiarism. You don't want to do that. You'll get yourself in trouble. Please make sure your kids are not doing that. Anybody out here writing stuff and selling it and just using it straight up from ChatGPT, they do have software that can actually figure out if you're using AI products to get this figured out. Or, sorry. Well, I'm not going to edit this, guys. I apologize. I'm going to correct myself now. They're not. They do have AI software out there that can test that can detect AI generated systems or written paper. So just be mindful of that. Don't utilize that. If you're going to do it, you can re-summarize your paperwork, your work, anything like that. Just don't do word for word. You can summarize it if you need to. Do it that way. I don't condone it. I don't recommend it. Don't do it at all. So, ebook. Okay, you can do an ebook as well. Let's say you want to do an ebook about building a garden. Building a garden. Okay, let's say you want to create an ebook about building a garden. Now, when you're giving them direction of what you want, you got to be very clear on what it is you're looking for, what it is you need. So, when it comes to me saying ebook building a garden, what do I mean by that? I want them to create an outline. Ebook building a garden. Create an outline for my ebook about building a garden. I can cut out this first part. So create an outline. So create an outline for my ebook about building a garden. So here we go. She's thinking, sure, here's an outline for your ebook. And boom, it says 1, introduction. Why gardening is beneficial and enjoyable. B, overview of the ebook content. Number 2, getting started with your garden. Selecting an ideal garden location, assessing the soil quality. Like, look at that, guys. And it's still going. It's still going. Like, seriously. Can you believe that? It's create you an outline for you. And all you do is plug and play. You got all the titles that you have here, testing and improving your soil quality. You can talk about that. Tell them what it is you're looking for, what it is, how you test it, where you test it, anything like that. It's breaking it down for you so you can make it your job easier when you actually decide to go ahead and create your ebook. Simple. Simple. Okay? Here's something I like to do as well. Let's kind of add more to this. Let's create another list. Let's do motivational topics. Let's say go 20 motivational topics about fear. Actually, let's go to 30 because I want to see if it actually does the continuation thing that I'm always looking for. So 30 motivational topics about fear. And boom, it's listing out 30 motivational topics. Okay. Now I'm going to show you a trick once this is done, because I want you guys to make sure that you can, like I said, You're probably looking and saying, who wrote this? I don't know. But I'm waiting for it to do this thing that it normally does, as it cuts off. And of course, it's not going to do it this time. All right, let's just say this. Let's say you ask for 30 and it stops at 25. It will give you the other 30. All you need to do is type in the word continue. If you type in the word continue, it will continue that list until it's done. If it stops again, just keep hitting continue until it gets all the way to 30. That's all you gotta do is type in the word continue and you're set. Okay. Now, so we see that we have the list of 30. So 30 motivational topics about fear. So you don't need to mention motivational topics again because it already knows. But let's go ahead and say, can we go ahead and add the authors for that same list? Please create two columns. Please create two columns. One with the motivational quotes and the other with the authors. So now let's do this. Starting, see, motivational topics, authors, and overcoming fear. These are all of the actual quotes. These were the topics of each quote. And let me go back to look at this because it looked like there was actually topics only what I saw back there. Oh yeah, it was topics that he did, but it didn't. Okay, but still, it goes with everything. You can see it. But look, it created columns. Okay, it created columns for you. Fear and personal empowerment. Did it do the end? Yeah. It created columns for you. All you gotta do is tell it what you want. This is the power of the AI. This is the beauty part about the AI. Okay, this is some of the more interesting things. It's a little bit more advanced because I feel like this is something that people aren't aware that you can do with this. Tell it exactly what you want, and I promise you, you'll be very surprised. Now, let's think of a book, and let's think of what book is out there. Tom Sawyer. Let's say, give me a summary about the book Tom Sawyer. All right, let's watch the summary. You think it'll do it? The Adventure Thomas? Yep, it's a classic novel written by Mark Twain, set in the fictional town of Petersburg, Missouri. Look at it. It's giving you an actual summary. Now, you want to see something very cool? Watch this. Can we... okay. Can you give me the same summary in Spanish? Oh yeah, I just did that. Boom. Watch this. Look at that. It's actually writing it in Spanish. Like, did I just blow y'all guys' mind? Like, did you know you can do this? Did you know you can write in different languages? If you didn't know that, boom, here you go. If you knew that, okay, keep it moving. But no, seriously, you can write this stuff in Spanish, which is totally awesome. Okay? You have other languages you can use, French, Chinese, anything like that. Put that language in there, it's going to do it for you. How accurate is it? Well, if I have anybody on my list that's actually Hispanic, who can speak Spanish, I want to be politically correct. If you can speak Spanish, please let me know if this is actually accurate. It looks accurate because I can somewhat read Spanish myself. So, but I'm no expert. But let me know if you can actually read this, and let me know if this is legit because it's written in Spanish and it's the same paragraph. That's something you guys should be like excited about, especially if you're trying to. If you work with a group of people who speak different languages, you can utilize this, take advantage of it, and boom, you're set. Anything you want to type, if you want to type a story or a letter to someone and then send it to them in their language, boom, there you go. That's something that you can do. That's the cool part about this whole thing. Now, let's say Can we create another summary with only 300 characters? No. 300. No. Yeah. Yeah, 300 characters. Can we create another summary with only 300 characters in English? Because I don't know if it's going to continue doing Spanish. In English. What does it do? Yep. Boom. There you go. Tom Sawyer and his imagination escapades in St. Petersburg through humor and nostalgia. The story explores themes of friendships, childhood innocence, and the contrast between freedom and responsibility. A beloved tale that continues to captivate readers of all ages. You see that? You see how cool that is? Like, just boom. In 300 characters or less. Just like that. There's just so much that you guys can do with this thing. This is what you guys want to take advantage of. Make sure that you guys understand how this works, because it's simple. The whole trick to it is just all you got to do is explain to exactly what you want. Now, here's something a little more advanced as well. Resumes. People always want to do resumes. That's something people really need. So let's create a resume. Let's start making some stuff up. Or look. What will I need for a resume? What will I need for a resume? It's going to tell you. To create a comprehensive resume, it's going to need contact information, professional summary of what you do, work experience, education, skills, achievement. It's listing everything that you will need. Let's try and do one for, all right, let's say we work for Pizza Hut. Okay. I work for Pizza Hut since 2023. No, since 2020 or 2000. The present. I worked at Google from 1999 to 2000 as an what? As an as an IT manager. Okay, that's fine. I worked at IBM from 1979 to 1999, whatever, as a tech engineer. I don't know. We're gonna go with that. Okay. Graduated college with a master's. We'll give you some other stuff. Master's and in cyber and network security. I'll just use what I did. I graduated network cybersecurity. Let's just put 1999. What else, guys? We gotta say. Got receive key to the city for saving a turtle crossing the street. I have certificate in network and security Security Plus. What else would I need? Live in 123 ABC lane. And that's what? Houston, Texas. What else can I need to put on here? Phone number is 757 123 4567. Okay, let's just go with that. Create a resume with the following information. Please add. What do you want to say? So that's right. So for the name of the business or for the name of the actual positions, please add roles and responsibilities. I can't spell responsibilities for the job titles. All right, let's go with it. Let's create a resume. Let's go. We just need something temporary. All right, look at that. Basically, it's telling you what you need to fill out. It's giving me my objective, highly skilled IT professional. It's giving my education, master's in science. Look at that. Master of Science in Cyber Network Security, name of college. Oh, I didn't put that in there. 1999 is when I graduated. Relevant coursework, network security, cryptography. So that certificate, IT Network and Security Plus. Okay, I got to put more information in there. Let's see the stuff I'm missing. Work experience, Pizza Hut, role, your current position, responsibility. Look. Manage daily operations, ensure a smooth function of the restaurant, train and supervise a team of employees. Look at that. It's putting this information here that I didn't ask, that I didn't actually say. I just told them, say, hey, can you put the roles and responsibilities in there? It was no kind of order either, too. IT manager, oversaw IT department, and blah, blah, blah. Tech engineer, provide technical support and assistance to clients. And come on, y'all. Receive key to see we're saving a turtle crossing the street. Like, really, I saved the turtle, a whole turtle. And skills. These are the skills that I have. Customer service, team leadership, communication. Man, look at that. References available on requests. Look, I didn't even fill it out, but they're telling me, hey, if I do that. No, make sure to customize the resume further by adding additional details specific to accomplishment. All I'm trying to tell you is you guys can make a resume. Like a resume. Okay? This is something you can do for yourself. How about this? Let's say, please create a contract. Yes. For a website. For building a website for my clients. Please include pay half up front and the other half once complete. What else? Please provide all information required to create website. Yeah, please provide all information required to create. Please provide all information required to create websites. Please provide all information to create website before I can start. What else do we put on this thing? What else do you need for a website? I don't know. Let's keep it simple. Let's create a contract. We will allow only 3 revisions. put that in there. All right. Please create a contract. All right, here we go. Let's go. Watch this. Website contract. Look at that. Look at that, y'all. Look at that, y'all. Look at that, y'all. That is so amazing. The total project cost of the development of the website is total boom boom. The client agrees to pay 50% of the total project cost as a non-refundable upfront payment, and the remaining 50%. Yep, look at that. You got the termination. Either party may terminate its contract in writing, and the other party fails to fulfill its obligation. You can't beat that, guys. It's creating a whole contract for you. A whole contract. Like, you don't have to go pay for these things anymore. I mean, now, let's put this in here now so you guys don't say I said so. Now, am I a lawyer? No, I'm not. Do I recommend you lawyers reading this stuff? I do recommend you lawyers reading this. This is not, I can't say this is legal. I can't, well, I don't know how you say it, but I can't give you legal advice. All I can tell you is this is something you can utilize in the meantime until you can afford one. It may be helpful. Just make sure you break it down to what exactly it is you want. But always recommend anything that comes to law, you make your lawyer see it. Lawyer wants to be able to finalize this for you. That's fine. I'm just trying to give you ideas that you can do with ChatGPT. Okay? I've traded contracts through ChatGPT. They work just fine. But like I said, you want to make sure lawyers read your stuff so that way you know you don't break any rules or regulations, anything like that. I don't know. I know nothing about the law. I'm not a lawmaker. I'm not a law anything. I don't do anything with the law. So, like I said, get your facts straight. I didn't tell you you must use this. All right, so that's basically the stuff I want to cover with you guys with ChatGPT. This is something I feel like you all can utilize and take advantage of, and I believe it will do wonders for you.